From 2001 to 2013, I spent part of every summer at a camp called Pine Cove in Tyler, Texas, both as a camper and on staff. Pine Cove is your average camp in many ways, but one aspect really makes it stand out, and that is the camp names that it gives every counselor. We aren't talking about your average nicknames, but full-fledged new identities that become both how your campers and other counselors refer to you while at camp. They use it as a way to break down walls and formalities between campers and their counselors, but truly what is so great about each name is the stories behind them. When you are referring to someone as Fry and Gosling or Honey Bunches of Goats, you are bound to ask why. So here's how the name game works. Each counselor is brought on stage in front of the whole staff during training week, and for 7 minutes they are pretty much on the hot seat. Any question from tell me about your first date to what animal would you ride into battle and why is fair game, and from your answers a new identity is formed. My own name game was pretty basic, except for one minor detail. One of my very best friends since the 5th grade, someone who I had gone both to camp and school with, was on staff with me, and she knew exactly which questions to ask in order to make the name game all the more uncomfortable for me. By the time I got on stage, I was literally shaking in my chacos. I've never been great in front of big crowds, and with Lee in the audience, I knew the questions were going to be spot on. Slowly as the timer ran, I revealed my obsession with dried mangoes, the time that I had fallen off the banister I was sliding down in middle school, hit my head on this huge rock, then proceeded to tell the nurse that I ran into a pole because I knew she would get me in trouble for sliding down the banister, and how people still call me Egghead after that moment. Or the time that I had an allergic reaction to someone's volcano cake in my middle school earth science class, or how I scored a goal for the wrong team in 8th grade soccer, among many other embarrassing and awkward moments. The last story I told took place when I was a junior in high school, walking between the buildings of my school. It could be said that my life motto is, leave no acorn unsquashed. Just in general, I have a habit of stepping on acorns, piles of leaves, seeds, etc. anytime I see them on the sidewalk. They just make a really satisfying crunching noise. The habit got me in trouble this time, though, because as I stepped out of my way to get the biggest acorn I had ever seen, seriously, it was huge. I forgot to pay attention to my surroundings and ran smack into the senior quarterback of our football team and the token high school hero of Fort Worth Country Day. I was mortified, looked up at him, and just ran away without a word. This story sealed the deal, and the 7 minutes was up. It also inspired one of the staff to stand up enthusiastically and announce, "I've got a name." He proceeded to explain that what we had just heard was a plethora, or one could even say cornucopia, of awkward moments that had occurred in my life, and he specifically loved the story about the acorn. Combining the two, he thought my name should be Acornucopia, and that's why there are about 45 8th and 9th graders in Texas and Louisiana that still call me Acorn to this day.